Welcome to the 5th grade Tikkun ceremony. We are very excited to be sharing this special day with you.
This morning marks our beginning of a new learning adventure as we discover another layer of Jewish history and tradition through the study of Torah Trip.
We would like to start the ceremony by explaining a little bit about the history and significance of the Torah Trip.
Pay careful attention because we might just give you a quiz at the end of the lesson.
You may be asking yourself, what kind of word is trope anyway? I mean, it clearly doesn't sound like Hebrew.
You know, the word trope has been said to come from many different origins.
Some people say that it is a Yiddish word.
While others say it's Greek.
There are even others who actually say that it is a medieval French word found in the
No matter where the word originated, what we do know is that trope refers to markings found above and below the letters and words that are written in the Torah.
What does the Torah Trip tell us?
The trope is like the musical notes of the Torah, telling us how to sing each word of grace.
Since the Torah is written without any punctuation, the trope also lets us know when to pause or stop, and can even indicate when different characters are talking.
By using the Torah trope when we read the Hebrew text, we can actually not only remember it better, but we can understand it more clearly too.
So when does the whole Torah Trip stuff begin?
Long ago in a country far, far away, there was a family known as the Ben Ashers.
Wait, it goes back even farther than that. All the way to the pre-Talmudic times and maybe even earlier.
That's right. We need to start with the high priest at the time of the temple.
While the Levites had many responsibilities in the temple, one of the special duties they had was to help preserve the oral tradition of reading the Torah aloud.
Since people didn't have their own copies of the Torah, it was important for them to be able to hear it and remember it easily.
As we know, it's easier to remember things when they're set to music.
The Levites were the only ones who knew the special code, so as a way of remembering the sounds, the Levites devised hand signals to let the reader know how to chant each word.
During Torah reading, an expert would stand in front while giving the reader the hand signals for music.
The expert was referred as a tomei, which is where the Hebrew word for trope, tamei hamikra, comes from.
This system of hand signals was called chironomy, and later became the basis for the written trope science we have today.
Which takes us back to somewhere between the 7th and 9th century CE when a young man by the name of Aaron Ben Asher, who was living in Tiberias, realized that his oral tradition must be written down.
With the help of his family, Aaron transcribed and systemized these hand signals, writing them down on parchment and carrying them through the ages to the same symbols we use today.
Torah trope is over 2,000 years old and is made up of 28 signs, each carrying its own musical pattern or motif.
So I get that the Torah trope is really old and has a cool story behind it, but why is it so important?
Torah trope is often linked to a ritual of becoming a bar or bat mitzvah.
The idea of becoming obligated to follow the mitzvot at age 13 appears in the Talmud, but it isn't until the 1500s that a ceremony for this coming of age is mentioned in a book called Yam Shel Shalom.
However, there is some speculation that already in the 10th century CE, Armand Gaon, the leader of Babylon Jewish community, was encouraging young boys to prepare for their special Shabbat service by learning the Torah trope.
While the connection to the bar and bat mitzvah process is significant, there are other reasons why trope is important to the Jewish people today.
After the Second Temple was destroyed in 70 CE and the majority of the Jewish population was scattered from the land of Israel, many leaders in the Jewish community were scared that we would lose our sense of solidarity as a people.
They believed that by making certain parts of Jewish ritual practice uniform, we could preserve a feeling of closeness even if we weren't all in the same place.
One of the most important places to have this uniformity was in the way in which all communities would read from our most holy source, the Torah.
So by learning and using Torah trope, we are connected to all of the other Jews around the world who are using the same system. We are showing our pride of being a part of the Jewish people and tradition.
But I know that there are communities and individuals who chant trope a little differently. How would that happen if all the symbols are the same?
Interestingly, just like food and clothing styles, Jewish customs changed as they moved into different communities and traveled through various parts of the world.
Since the Jewish people took their trope system wherever they went, it was naturally influenced by the music of the region they were living in.
Some of the musical variations in trope can be linked to influences that are Ashkenazic, Sephardic, Moroccan, Syrian, Baghdadian, and Yemenite.
You know, there are also different tropes for different occasions and portions of the Tanakh as well.
Most people know that there is special trope readings from the prophets which make up our Haftarah readings and Shabbat mornings. But there are also separate trope systems to mark the difference between the trope used on the Shabbat and weekday readings and the trope used on the high holidays.
High holiday trope is used for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur morning. Then as soon as we reach the Mizpah service of Yom Kippur, we switch back to the weekday and Shabbat trope. This is done to let people know the holy holiday is coming to an end. Megillah Esther, which is read on Purim, has its own trope, and Eichel, which is read on Tisha B'Av, has another one too.
There are sections from Ketuvim
Shalom Shalom. Sukkot, Pesach, and Shavuot. Here's another trope.
And two major moments in the Torah are often read with their own tropes as well. The tropes song sung at the crossing of the Red Sea and the Ten Commandments.
While some communities may not use all these different tropes, it is important to remember that the purpose of having this musical system is to help us better understand and connect to the Torah and our heritage.
We hope that you have enjoyed learning about the history and development of Torah.
Now that you know more about its role in Jewish tradition, we would like to share some of the actual music. Feel free to follow along as we chant some of the names of the trope from our special school.
We're enjoying it. Very bad. Oh, that was a good one.
Our ceremony this morning is especially significant because it is a celebration of both Torah should be taught and Torah should all end.
Over the past few years, we have learned a lot about the Torah and what God expects from us.
By starting a trope and chanting Torah, we are now adding another way for us to honor God and bring this holy light.
In Pirkei Avot, chapter 6, Mishnah 8, Rabbi Yossi said,
Whoever honors the Torah will themselves be honored by others.
Today we are here to honor the study of Torah.
what is heard.